Peace, love, and light. This is Goddess Not New, and I want to do a quick book review. We got some books from the library, so I want to take some time to do some reviews for you all. Um, while I have time, while my son is giving me a break. So, this is the best book that we have. We are doing a All About Me unit. For those who are looking for homeschool ideas. Um, we're doing an All About Me unit, which I will discuss in a different video. That way we can focus on the book reviews. This is Brown Bear, Brown Bear. What do you see? This is a great book. It goes through different colors. Also, you can talk about the sight of, the senses, seeing. You can use this for a 5 cents unit if you want to do senses. Also, this is good for learning different animals. And also, getting them to explore their environment. Like Marcel, that's what I do. After we read it, I go, Marcel, what do you see? He doesn't really answer most of the time, but I answer for him. Somebody's calling me, and I'm gonna call them back because I'm in review. But this book is a really good book. It was out of the books that I got. It was the only one that I was happy with. It is a book that we're gonna buy, so that we can have it at home. A hard book. I do recommend getting 4 books for anyone under the age of 3 because they're gonna tear up the pages. I'm gonna have to doctor this one a little bit because they are gonna tear up the pages. Um, and I don't like having to doctor books every day. Okay, now this one is Chocolate Me. Now from the cover, you think, oh, that's great. For my All About Me segment, he's a black boy, something my child can relate to. Blah 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 blah. I didn't think it was a good book. It's by Taye Diggs. Chocolate Me. Hold on, Marcel. I know. You're excited. You see books you didn't read. There's a reason we didn't read these. We only read the Brown Bear, Brown Bear. What do you see? Now this one. Okay. Like, let's start off. The first page says, sitting on my stoop when I was 5, not like Timmy or Johnny or even Mark, though I wanted a name like theirs. So, as you can see, the book revolves around a little black boy who, as you read the book, the little black boy obviously wants to be white. He wants to be like his little white friends. And they're picking at his skin color. So why are these your friends and why you want to be like them? I don't know. So then after picking at his nose, his African features, and making him really real bad about himself, his mom comes and makes him feel good that he's like chocolate because everybody likes chocolate. And so then he goes back. He brings the little white boys chocolate muffins. This is a coon book. I'm just going to say that. That's what I would call it. Excuse me if I offend anybody with that term, because I know it is a provocative term. But that's what this is. Okay. First of all, we know how these people are. Okay, let's say, okay, there's a couple exceptions. Okay, you have to prove that to me. First off, before my child is out hanging out with you. Because let's go ahead and prevent these things from happening. So this is definitely a book to talk about. I would not let my children read this book because it is psychologically damaging. For one thing, the little boy wants to be a little white kid. He's not. So his mom has to make him feel okay with who he is. And then at the end of it, she sends him out with these cakes and stuff to give to these same little white boys who were just bullying him. In what world? No. Next time you see them, okay, let's not be violent. We don't want to punch them in the face, but no. Okay, these are not your friends. We're not gonna pretend like they're our friends. We're not gonna do that. Especially if they act white and racist. They're not our friends. So no. He's not reading that crap. Here's another one that I thought was gonna be a positive book. Mind you, they knew that I was looking for All About Me books because the last time I was in the library I was asking for them and I couldn't find any at the time. So when I went back, they had them all on the top shelf. Who picked these out and put them on the top shelf? I don't know. But when I got home, I was a little upset once I started looking over them because I'm going to read them first before I let him read them. Here's another one. It says, I can be anything. Don't tell me I can't. Now, doesn't that seem positive? Right off the bat, it seems very positive. That's a little girl, by the way. It's not a little boy. Thought it might have been a little boy at first, but that's a little girl. Says, I can be anything. Don't tell me I can't. Okay. So in this book, the little girl talks about, things she can be. She said, I'm a bird. I can fly way up high, floating on the wind. Somebody says, there's a little voice here in red every time she says something. It says, what if you fall, said the little voice. She says, I won't fall. Birds have wings. If my wings get tired, I can fly in the rocket ship. Okay, here's what I don't like about the book. Yes, using your imagination is great. But what we don't want is for our children to have false expectations. That's why I don't like this book. Because it encourages children to have false expectations. These are not realistic goals. If my child's going to say, I can be anything, let it be something they can actually be. Not them saying, I'm going to be a bird and fly away. Okay, I'm going to fly a plane. Okay, that's great. I'm going to be like a bird and fly away in this plane. Okay, that's realistic. But me, I'm going to have wings. I'm going to fly. No. Okay, let's not do that. Because now you're programming them. Because that's what books do. That's what these things do. They're very impressionable at their young ages right now. So these things have a major effect on their psyche. On their psyche. So, no. She's gonna meet people on another planet and have a tea party. Now some of them are realistic. But I guess I didn't like the fact that this girl has a little voice. Every time she says something, it's telling her that she can't do it. I think the voice would be better. The book would be better if the little voice didn't exist. Like, why is she bickering with this inner voice? Like, yeah, that's understandable as an adult. Put this in an adult book. Don't program children to think that way. Now, I think this book will be good if you have a child who's already messed up, because that's what this book is about. A messed up child who has this little voice that says you can't do this. That's silly. What if you don't have talent, says the voice. But she's pretty much talking to herself, talking to this voice in her head constantly the whole throughout the book, saying what she can do and telling the voice to shut up. Now, okay, so now we have this schizophrenic child. You get what I'm saying? First of all, somebody has already damaged this child in order for this child to be thinking like that. We're not going to do that to my child. Now, if there's a child that's struggling with things like that, then this is a good book for them. But if they're not struggling with things like that, this book is confusing. We're not going to read that. Not for my 2-year-old. No. Okay. Here's another one. Right off the bat, I thought this was great. Oh, look. There's a little black face in the middle, right on the front page. Making faces. Isn't that great? How diversified, right? So we think. Oh wait, she's Indian. Is that a boy or a girl? That's not even it. Let's keep going. Oh, look at the happy baby. Right? Find the happy baby. A little white boy. Look at the sad baby, y'all. Look at the sad baby. Yeah. Look at the sad baby. The little black girl has to be sad. She's oppressed. Angry baby. Little white girl. Surprised baby. She's Indian. Ethnic at least. Silly baby. But the only black child is sad. No, we did not read this book. What we did do is use the mirror and make faces in the mirror. But you don't need a book to do that because we all have mirrors at home. That is a part of our All About Me unit. We look in the mirror, talk about his eyes, talk about his features, make different faces, talk about emotions, mad face, sad face, you know, do different faces, etc., etc. You can do all that with a mirror. We don't need a book showing the black kid as sad and the white boy is happy. Nah, we good on that. We get enough of that. No, thank you. All right, here's one more that I didn't actually look at before I got the book. I didn't look at these books thoroughly because I was rushing. Because, you know, I try to get him in the library and out of the library because it's crazy in there and there's too many people and that's too much for me to have to be worried about. And plus, we have to get back to baby. So I usually leave baby, but me and Marcel can get some alone time. All right, so this is called Teddy's Favorite Toy. Okay, this is a little boy. His favorite toy is a doll. Okay. So they're making a big deal the whole time. This boy, his favorite toy is this doll. He looks like a little. He looks like a little black kid with straight hair. I'm not sure what he is. His mom is something. Who knows? Who knows what he is? Okay. They tried. They tried to cover that up. But look at this page. What's wrong with this? He's the only other black person in the book. Is that man standing there outside? One of the neighbors walking his dog. And what's wrong with this guy? He's obviously very feminine. No, my son's not reading that. I don't know what these authors are thinking. There's another book I have for my daughter. We're gonna read it, but I just wanted to give you guys some things to think about when you're choosing books for your children. Like this is Lottie Paris. Because these things, there's a lot of psychological things, even in the pictures. Pictures are important. In this book, it's about a little girl named Lottie. And you read the story, it's really cute. You don't think anything of it. But then you realize her dad, you never get to see her dad's face. He's in the book. See, he's in the book. His face is always covered. And one of the things you learn about, you know, illustrations in books is the illustrations also tell a story. So this is subconscious. This book is subconscious about a little girl who's obviously had some bad relations with her father, like molestation or something like that. And the reason you know that is because we have another book that I got for my son. Where is that book, myself? Okay. find it later. I can't find the book right now. I don't know where the book is. But there's another book that I got specifically for him that is about my body. And it kind of teaches that private parts are private. There's a stranger that comes in the book. He's the bad guy, obviously. And he touches the child inappropriately. And the child screams and goes tells their mommy and daddy. Okay. Now, I know you said, why are you reading your child that? Oh, because I'm not playing. We're not playing them kind of games. Okay. My child needs to know because it is something that is all too prevalent in this culture. Boy children and girl children, especially black children, are inappropriately touched. And I'm not having that happen to my child. And if it does happen to happen, you know, God forbid, then I want him to know this is not okay. And it's okay for you to scream and yell and cry and come tell mommy and daddy or anybody you can trust. He needs to know that as soon as possible to be able to do that. In that book, the bad guy, I like the book because the bad guy is also the only white guy in the book. It's a little black kid in the book. But it helps psychologically. You guys understand that if you watch my videos, hopefully. Stop! Sorry, he's fighting for attention now. I'm almost done. So his face is cut out. This happens when the face is cut out from a character. Usually that means that this is somebody you should be uncomfortable with. Or something like that. Or a stranger, or, this is a bad person. Okay? So just be on the lookout for things like that, psychological things in the books. Of course, with the children, may not necessarily affect them as much, those little things. But it's good to be aware of what your children are reading and what the energy is behind the books that you're reading. All right, now I have to tend to these babies. Aww. Mommy just forgot you for about 15 minutes. That's all. I just needed 15 minutes. That's all, Yazzie. Just 15 minutes, Mama. Yeah. Yeah. Alrighty, well, it was great talking to you all. I'm gonna go ahead and post this. Hopefully, it was very educational for you. Brown Bear, what do you see? That's a great book. I highly recommend it. Let me know if you have any questions or anything like that. Peace, love, and light.